Thanks, Sammy. So as I said, I'm the Open Research Librarian at the University of Manchester Library, the Office of Open Research. And I'm the coordinator for our Data Stewardship project. So like many of these offices, it isn't actually a real office. That's the front door of the office. It is a website, but it's quite a cool one. And I was just concerned, a lot of my slides were very wordy, so I thought I'd get a picture on. And there's a nice view of Oxford Road in Manchester. So that's what the office looks like. You can't actually go to a physical building. I'm just going to talk through basically the Data Stewardship project at Manchester so far, what we've achieved, where we're trying to go. So the project was set up with these kind of main aims. So to establish and develop a data steward community at Manchester, to share resources, best practice, encourage data stewards to connect with each other. It was also to promote and raise awareness of data stewardship and data stewards at the university in general, as lots of people have said, to promote it as a kind of new profession and research-related career to our research community at Manchester. It was also to organise and promote community events to bring data stewards and data steward-related roles, people doing those at Manchester together to hold regular events. And the slightly more challenging aspect of that, those four, is to also explore and prepare a business case for setting up a professional research data stewards service at the University of Manchester. And I'll tell you more about that later. As lots of people discuss, at Manchester, we consider like research data stewardship, talk about definitions. I very much see it as a umbrella concept that's trying to get best practice in research data management, fair data, open data, but also data science skills. Promote those, raise awareness, and support researchers at Manchester in all these things, and essentially upskill and share knowledge about all these things. Because as everybody knows in this room, these are all things that are related, but also distinct in that sense. So that's how we see data stewardship at Manchester. So this is a bit of the story so far. I won't go all of it. So it goes back a fair way to 2019, 2022. Colleagues, people will know colleagues like Rosemary Higman and Bill Ayres, who are very much active in the RDM community, and establishing of the Office of Open Research and the research data stewardship community at Manchester. So as you can see, since Office of Open Research launched in April 2022, stuff has accelerated. I'll just talk through some of the things that we've achieved so far and the progress we've made. One of the earliest things we did was we set up a workshop organised by the library and based at the library to bring anyone across the university who was interested in shaping the future of data stewardship at the university, which was a really important early step back in 2023. And that brought out interesting kind of views on stuff like recruitment, career paths, community development, skills and training, the kind of things that we should be doing. And again, that's a lot of the speakers today have talked about that. So that was an important milestone. The next kind of big achievement was launching our online research data stewardship community. So that is hosted by our colleagues in Research IT. We have a network, an online, it's all based on Microsoft Teams, but a lot of the groups hold in-person events and online events as well. It's called CaSDaR, so it's Computation and Data and Research Network, and the data stewardship community is part of that. We also run, we're running it this year, we ran it last year, so we've shamelessly copied Lancaster University's Research Data Conversation series. So we hold these 4 times an academic year, and we've had various ones on about our electronic research notebook project, qualitative health research, geospatial data, And we've also persuaded Sammy to do one in December. So we really appreciate of that. I've written an Introduction to Research Data Stewardship workshop that we now run through our library's My Research Essentials Research and Development Programme, which kind of does what it says on the tin. It's kind of like an hour's deep dive into all things research data stewards. And again, that's part of trying to raise awareness, particularly amongst the PGR community at Manchester, about what research data stewardship is and what data stewardships do. And we also did an event on open data this year as well. Am I racing through this? It feels like I've gone really quick. This is slightly the more interesting bit. So that was the first kind of 3 points on the kind of aims of the project, and they're all kind of things that are ongoing, and we're doing our best to kind of like make progress on them. The talk is kind of headlined "Making the Case in Challenging Times." So one of the things I've been focusing on this year is writing a full business case for a research data stewardship team at the university. So this has been a close collaboration with obviously colleagues in the Office of Research. Shout out to my line manager, Bill Ayres, who I'm sure a lot of people you know. 5 minutes, wow. That has been a collaboration with our colleagues in the Research Lifecycle programme, research which is based in Research IT and the library. So that is to be developed, as I say, a full business case that has been written. So that's been my focus this year. And the proposed model is for a research data stewardship team at the library, working in collaboration with a team of research data scientists and data engineers based in Research IT, with not a part of the business case, this is a separate kind of business case, but with a newly formed research data platforms team in Research IT. That's essentially a proper team that looks after our data storage, highly sensitive data services, electronic research notebooks, and a proposed coordination group to coordinate the data stewardship activities of all these 3 different teams. And for us, this kind of covers all the kind of aspects of the research data lifecycle. I'm pretty sure this thing is based on there is UCL data lifecycle model. So credit to UCL for this. So the idea is that the proposed team would cover each element of the research data lifecycle. Some stuff traditionally would be done by research data stewards with a library RDM type focus, and then we'd have Research IT with the data science and engineering team, and the research data platforms team covering all elements of the research data lifecycle for our researchers at Manchester. So I'm not going to say too much about this because I do know this is being broadcast on the internet. This is currently under review. So the business case is in, it's being evaluated. Needless to say, I'm sure everyone at their institutions are experiencing this. So it's a challenging environment, pitching this kind of ambitious business case at the moment. Resources and budgets, even somewhere the size of Manchester, are under intense scrutiny. But far about me to give people advice necessarily, but to get to this point, and this is a point James has made lots of times, senior stakeholder support, particularly from our colleagues in Research IT, has been absolutely vital, even to get to this point where the business case is currently being is under consultation with various elements of research governance at Manchester. We're hoping to make progress on it. Having dedicated resource in the team, that's me, to drive progress over the last year has been, maybe I would say this, but has been important because it's not a small amount of work even to get to this stage and to do all the community elements as well as trying to push a business case through 2 minutes. And I suppose with the launch of CaSDaR, it's a case of, for me, this seems like maybe data stewardship is having this is what young people say, its moment in the UK, and I would not necessarily, obviously it's a challenging environment in higher education universities at the moment, sort of resources, but because of how long it takes to get to kind of like the point where you're proposing a team, I'd start making the case now. start looking for institutional allies, be that in a IT background or with the library, and kind of if not now, when. So I suggest people to go for it. Thanks for listening. And I just wanted to give some credit to people in the past and currently who've been working on data stewardship, because this has been going on for years at Manchester. Rosemary Higman, Bill Ayres, Eleanor Warren, and there's various links and my email address. So thanks for listening.